And finally tonight, there is a book out that tries to teach the wisdom of knowing what to say, when to say it, and when not to say anything at all. Rise News book editor Marva Allen is here to tell us about that book and some other new releases. Hey, Marva.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Great,
I think
great.
more of us need to know when not to say anything at all.
We absolutely need to know that. You know, last week we sort of talked about our health and our wealth, and these are some social skills. This week we're going to talk about some of the social things that could make your life better in 2015. So keep it shut. Zip It.
That's the name of the book. I love that.
Keep It Shut by Ruth Ehrman. It's a wonderful book, and it's based actually in spiritual principles, you know, about how we say things and what we say. We utter about 20,000 words a day, believe it or not, and half of the time we're gossiping or we're saying things that we shouldn't. And, you know, as they say, attitude can equal altitude, right? So saying the right thing can give you a great attitude and therefore make your life better. So especially, you know, so there are some of the things like, you know, instead of saying to someone, you're really silly, or, you know, I mean, I totally disagree with you. You can say, I trust your judgment, but I have a different opinion. That sounds really different, doesn't it? You know, so learning how to use the power of words, if you have to use them, and knowing how to translate them into something that's positive rather than negative. And if you, as your mama said, if you have nothing to say,
don't say anything at all. Yeah, if you don't have anything positive to say, don't say anything at all. Yeah, my mother could have written this book, I think, because she also said you can say anything if you learn the right way to say it. Yeah.
Exactly.
And that really is a true gift.
This is right. So, you know, maybe your mother collaborated on this.
Well, no, she had to have done that from heaven. But she's onto, Karen is onto something there.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, let's get to the second one. It's called Living Well, Spending Less.
In search of the good life. You know, many of us and many people still believe this is even important, keeping up with the Joneses. I know that the Joneses moved from my neighborhood a long time ago. So, you know, so living well and spending less. You know, we don't want you to figure out how to be, you know, over the top. You can live well, but you have to also think about all of the other things that you've got to do with your money. So don't spend it all on foie gras and Louboutin shoes and so on. Use money wisely and learn to be content. Make a budget. Stick to this budget. You'll find out that you'll have a really great life, and you may just have some money at the end of the year, rather than the year ends without the money.
Right.
You know, so this is a real practical guide.
I was going to ask you how practical it is.
It's very, very practical. You know, it's saying, you know, don't be so impulsive. Be content. You have 12 skirts. You don't need 13. You know, that kind of thing. Be very, very content, and you don't have to buy the most expensive tea. You don't have to be so influenced by the majority. You know, you can make a decision based upon what you earn, because somebody earning $500,000 can spend a little more than you do if you make $25,000.
Yeah, that all sounds well and good, but that sounds like no fun at all.
It's no fun at all, but if you read this book, the 12 secrets will help you make it fun.
All right, okay, so let's get to the last one, The Power of Thanks.
The Power of Thanks. This is a book by Eric Mosley and Derek Irvin, and you know, you and I have had those friends who call you up when they're in trouble and ask for help, and then as soon as you help, they never say thank you. And then they only call you the next time when they need something else, you know, and they don't realize how important it is to say thank you. And this one practically deals with thank you in the workplace. It's no different. You know, saying thanks to someone is something that we should do all the time. And it reinforces productivity in the workplace. When somebody feels good about you're complimenting them about what they're contributing to the organization, guess what it does? The psychological tick, tick, tick goes, they work harder, and therefore productivity goes up. So this is not only a book about the workplace and how to say thank you to your employees, but also as a layperson, you can glean a lot of information about just how to say thank you and be gracious and grateful in general.
Does it go through like creative ways to say thank you?
It does. It goes through, I mean, well, you know, I mean, you can give them a watch at the end of their tenure, but it's just walking up to someone and saying, you know, I saw that show yesterday and it was fabulous. Or saying to someone, thank you for bringing the coffee. You know, or something very simple, but just using an attitude of gratitude.
Yeah.
You know, so I think it's a wonderful way to start the year and to see how thank you can make those bottom line numbers a little bit better.
Is this book based on some research or study? Is it largely anecdotal?
No, it is based on some research and it does have stories about how thank you has improved the bottom line.
Yeah, it's
so
very,
what
very
we all
important.
want that bottom line, don't we?
Absolutely.
There we
Absolutely.
go.
And then
Thank
learn how to
you.
spend it with that other book. All right, Marva Allen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Did I thank you?
Yes, you did. Thank you.
Before we go today, I want to tell you about a story that almost defies logic. Monday, Texas Congressman Randy Weber sent a tweet that drew a lot of attention and loud criticism. The tweet read, quote, "Even though Adolf Hitler thought it more important than Obama to get to Paris, in parentheses, for all the wrong reasons, Obama couldn't do it for the right reasons," end quote. Well, no surprise, many expressed dismay at the apparent insensitivity displayed in the tweet. The World Jewish Congress called Weber's tweet, quote, "in very bad taste," and called for an apology from the congressman. Well, Weber did ultimately apologize, issuing this apology saying in part, quote, "I now realize that the use of Hitler invokes pain and emotional trauma for those affected by the atrocities of the Holocaust and victims of anti-Semitism and hate. Even so, in the words of my grandmother, Congressman Weber, you should have known better." That's going to do it for us. We'll see you tomorrow.